Hello everybody out there. We are setting up for a Towers of Doom replay for the Martyrs of Moratorium.
Prepare yourself for battle, heroes.
And my Cheerios are trying to kill me. Got a little bit of a milk at the back of my throat that I can see, but okay. So here we are. We are in a very much a variant blow-up comp with a double soaker from Diva. Diva works well on this map as she can double soak, and she can also shut down a lot of double soakers with her defense matrix. So paused for a moment. Level 1, we're not really a threat squad yet. My voice is pretty quiet, I am just told. Let's see. I'm checking out a setting here really quick. I can make it so that I'm effectively eating my mic, but I don't know that that would be terribly helpful. It shows me barely hitting the yellows on Streamlabs, but not into the red, so I apologize. I do find that I have that problem, and I need to figure out an action for it, a workaround. But okay, control up here, control 1. So talent-wise, I'm okay with Ace in the Hole. You could even do the trait Dings would be fine. I'm a big fan of Exterminator basically always, so you don't have to listen completely to my bias, but this is the idea here is we're going to lock somebody up and we're going to kill them. I personally also really like the Lingering Chill with the build that I go, but we'll see where you are here. The one thing I would say here with reactive ballista spheres, low blow is busted right now, especially in a scenario where we're looking at this blow up. It's just that much more damage. However, generally speaking, I like reactive ballista spheres. Overpower for this taunt blow up works rather well, so I would recommend overpower in this. I'm a big fan of Lion's Maw. I used to go it all the time. I've only in the last probably 3 months really made the hard change over to overpower, but it gives us even more burst, and our goal is to really even blow up the Diablo. Now, if Zeus on the other team is smart, they're going to go high 5, which kind of neutralizes the taunt. So we will see how that goes. We want to, as the 4-man, clear the mid wave and then set up shop in bottom and let Diva, as our off lane, start double soaking. We oftentimes will have our double soaker just report to top lane immediately and not even show up for the first fight, but we really need level 4 for stuff to come online for us, so we don't want to go too crazy. We know it's an auto attack Diablo most likely with this talent, and so we want him to come into us in a lot of cases, and then we're going to slap him. Nice dodge from the wall bang there. I'm going to turn down a little bit of the in-game noises so that I can likely stay heard over this. The Lucio's being really aggressive as well, and high 5 doesn't work on Lucio if he's the kill target. It works on Lucio if others are the kill target. So unfortunate there, but really we stayed too long, plain and simple. So Raynor was a little bit far forward, and that's why he got caught and just blown up. If we had lost 1 minion worth of soak, that's fine. It's certainly not 300 experience, so we start thinking of trades in that way very, very mathematic, very calculated, very, am I going to get an experience lead off of this? Now they've missed some minions down here in the bottom that we caught, and possibly even up top. So we're ahead on experience there anyway. So, but the first few levels, really, we just want to be very careful. So the camp's been up for 30 seconds now. We wanted to be on that right away. I laugh that Diablo's the one going to this, but this is another reason why I would recommend the Exterminator, is now Jaina can clear the wave while Raynor just rips through these. The 10% damage is cool. This extra slow's great, though Jaina's kind of got us covered there. But the Exterminator value, in my opinion, gets this capped that much faster and lets us do more things on the map, which overcomes that 10% for me personally. The fact that Lucio's up here, like he's being super aggro and stuff, and they're doing kind of a 1-3-1 because they have Lucio and Uther, which kind of makes this the toughest possible setup for having the Varian blow up, because they've got an armor healer and multiple saves. Alright, we're gonna back that up for a second. Okay, pause. What we want to look at first here, and I assume we do. Oh, I'm on the wrong team. Okay, it says Varian hasn't picked yet, but Varian's got his cooldowns. Okay, he's picked. So now Jaina has hers, so we unload just everything onto Diablo. He did a great job on getting out there, but it didn't matter. We still got him, right? So, go back to everybody, zoom out again. And so we executed that one well in everything that we needed, and now we're looking for them again. Perfect. See it, and he's toast. So the reactive ballista spheres, while it will get value, the low blow just adds to that kill threat, much like the overpower adds to that kill threat, and so that's why we like those in this scenario. Yeah, just kill him. Boom. We've now executed that 3 times in a 2-minute period. And I think you come down here and do it to either one of them. This comp allows us to be a very front to back scenario, meaning we can kill the tank. Boom, we killed the tank. While we'd love to kill Hanzo, if Diablo's in range, just kill Diablo. Speeding up, we clear the waves. Camps are about 30 seconds, so we're gonna siege. And we get a 5th kill. We kill, we work on a structure. We take our camp because Tass just rezzed, but we should be looking at getting ready to invade. So right here, we want to tell Jack, hey Jack, we're gonna need you, we want to invade this. Get the taunt, nice silence. Yeah, so there, the addition of Jack would have been absolutely murderous for us. We might get this Diablo anyway, we do. Perfect. Jack comes in for the team fight. We now have 5 on the map, they only have 4, the objective's up, this is great for us. We don't have to feel like we have to cap right away. They do have some good poke between Lucio, Hanzo, and Tassadar. And so we wait for our taunt cooldown to come back up, and it is, and we blow up another one. So getting healthy, that's not a bad thing. So we lost this altar, and we had no reason to. So we're gonna back up one more even. So we've just killed Diablo, and we're ready to cap. Dauntress, I did hear you don't love Victory Rush. You prefer Lion's Heart, and that's fine. But Lion's Heart puts all your eggs in one basket. Second Wind or Victory Rush gives you now healing from two sources. So yeah, if you hit Lion's Fang on some heroes, you can have this great burst of damage every time you got Lion's Fang up. So every 8 seconds, which can be awesome. Meaning to go from 199 healing as you're at, we get 75% bonus on that. You add another 150 points of healing per hero. That can be huge. While we can't see the other talents here, Victory Rush does give you that big burst heal, and the cooldown is pretty good, and you get used to it of having that 10 seconds per minion died, and so it's a very very good amount of healing for you. But right here we have Dauntress who is low, and so he's saying, okay, what can I do in this moment? We're gonna unpause. He sticks around for a minute. We get a heal from Stukov that probably could have waited a moment, but our Diva or Jack tried to cap there. Imagine if we positioned this differently, where we had Diva here, where we had Varian here, and we had Stukov here, and that means we now have Jaina here to pick it up. We can even have Raynor like right here, ready to shoot whoever Diva or Varian engages on. But now we have all three of these entry points blocked off. Jaina is going to wait for cooldowns anyway, and so she can cap, and then if we see a point where she needs to come forward and unload all of her cooldowns, great. But for Raynor just sits in this area. If somebody comes up close, he just starts peppering them. It's what he does, right? It doesn't cost him any mana, it doesn't cost him any cooldowns. He just goes pew 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 pew. Where Jaina, yes, she can auto attack, but it's not her thing. So she's here channeling, all of her cooldowns come back up, and we slap somebody. As much as I joke that Jaina is a main tank, she's not. So she stays in the back, she caps while we position here. So the reason we lost this one, yeah, we can say we were low and whatever, but really we lost it because we didn't have positioning. We clumped back here. Clumping's great for Hanzo and Tassadar, even for an Uther really. And so we didn't shove them off the point. And the way we do that is control this bush, control this choke, and control this choke. If they spend the whole time running all the way around here, we've seen them because we have these three chokes held. And Jaina's either able to cap because it takes them so long, or we're able to kill someone. But if we had killed one more person, they'd have given this up. And so it just comes down to positioning. Sure, there's some talent choices that could have helped us with said positioning, but that's what it came down to is we just didn't position properly for this fight. And so we get chunked by a shock ray, we get pushed off. If I had the comms, I would guess there wasn't a clear choice made of you go cap this. And so in an emergency situation in real life, if we say someone needs to call 911, everybody assumes that someone did it. However, nobody did it because it wasn't specified. Anybody could have done it. Everyone thought that someone did it, but nobody did it, or no one did it. And so now everyone is upset because they thought someone could do it, or at least anybody could do it, but instead nobody did it. I don't like growing infestation. I feel like it limits you, but if that's what you're comfortable with, again, I'm giving advice, not hard answers, but for me, because it limits the channel time, that makes it a bit weaker. The expanding area can be huge, of course, because now, say, Diablo doesn't get out of it, but to have your maximum channel be capped hurts. But they needed to do that because back when you could channel it for 12 seconds and have it be this massive area, you would just have Stukov wall off an entire gate from a team. Diva should be safe here. Yeah, rip our camp. Now imagine for me if we had gotten that bottom one, would we feel so stressed about these top two? Probably not. And so we could cap both of these camps and take this bottom fort and give these up, but now we have map control instead. Diablo missed his combo, but we're eating a whole lot of damage. Oh yeah, Tassadar down, nice. I really like Warbringer. I take it more often than Shield Wall. That was a case where Shield Wall probably would have saved you, though. Yeah, Diablo's on an island. We just turn and kill him. So now, same idea. We put Diva here, we put Stukov here, and we have Jaina pick up the tribute. So I appreciate the zoning, and we positioned that more, but of the answers, and sure, Rift, we can say Jack's trying to channel too much, and he's trying to be very objective oriented, and that's fine. But these are small transitions that we can make to help position us better. Let me get off of hero specific here. If I had to guess, we just executed another taunt combo. Blew Tassadar up. So we're ahead, triple on kills right now. Oh yeah, come on. We're gonna get him. Make him pay for all his crimes. Boom. Dead Tass. At this point, we have a reasonable assumption that they're here. We need to run at this together. Perfect. Yeah, we'll kill 2. Nice ice wall, great taunt. We killed 3. Screw the camp. Like, we just got 3 kills. We're now ahead. Quadruple +1. That's a crazy lead. So at this point, we need to cement control of the bottom lane. So one thing we can do, so this is down to about a third health, we can get this to a shred of life and then hold it, because they can't repair. Oh, dead Tass. Good job. Destroy all Protoss. Hey, my battery's finally sufficiently charged. Okay, so now we've got them very much on the back foot. This should be a free camp, free altar. We want to set up with Diva here, Varian here, and Stukov here, while we have Jaina cap. So just talking that expectation through and saying, look, if we're at a team fight and we've got a positioning advantage, we want Jaina to cap. We don't need to be mid here. This is absolutely a mistake. Sorry, but it sounds great that we're sieging here. We're trading bottom. Yeah, I think Divine Shield could have been good to have that denial. Trading mid for bot is not a win for us. If there's a win condition lane on this map, it is bottom lane. Baron needs to get out of the center. He does it. Dauntress needs a jump target. Ooh. Great. Diablo, go boom. That was great. Okay, so we haven't capped mid yet. At this point, I would tell you, don't cap mid. And the reason being is, one, we were fighting 4v4 under their tower. But 2, this is so low we can come back and cap it whenever we want. Instead, we come back down here, our sappers crashed, so we got big value, but now how close are we to a 6 cap? Right there, and I didn't check your cooldowns, Jack, but the first thing I would have told you to do is defense matrix while you were moving, waiting for your cooldown to come back. Because the Tassadar just burned through your mech. Oh, Varian was dead from the middle fort. Yeah, we don't even care about the top 2 right now. We just try to cap the bottom 1 and stay alive. The reason being, they'll get 6 shots, we'll get 5. It's okay. But if we die, that's going to be the biggest mistake we could have. I liked the charge out there. Oh, I'm on something's health. I liked the charge forward to get out of the dragon arrow, dragon strike. Yeah, they had already used their save, so... But we do need to worry less about Diablo and stop the channel. Okay, so we're down 3 shots. It's not a big deal. Oh, the Hanzo! Whew. Freaked me out. Okay, so I'll get back to that in just a second, Rift. But here, we see them retreating into our fort. We absolutely give chase. And killing Hanzo, great. If we can get Tassadar too, which we do because he's stupid, even better. Now, we get both of these camps. Somebody pinged it, good job. We get both of these camps, and they go down through bottom and get us 6 shots. The 3 shots that they're ahead, we're going to catch up. Jack is going to keep double soaking, putting pressure into mid, and this will eventually cap. At which point now, we just keep a hard hold on bottom, and Jack keeps double soaking to try to keep the pressure up. So here, we don't need to all be here. We want to have Varian and Stukov out here, because Jaina has scaled to this point where she is just going to wreck camps. Oh, get a taunt. Get a taunt. We don't care if it's Dibbles. Nice split. This is 4v5 and we've capped the middle altar at this point. Diablo is so low. So 4v5 and we traded. At this point I would say this camp's not super important. Yeah, it'll help us get some great pressure, but if we were 5v5, we traded 4v5. If we were 5v5, like this becomes easy mode. Now if Jack caps this, it'll work out from a strategy standpoint. Yep, just pick one. I like picking mid, mainly because bot was very safe. Oh, Dantris didn't finish the channel. Yep, quit trying to channel against the Lucio and just make him pay for what he's doing. So we got 5 shots, we're ahead. We ended up only getting one of the... Ooh, we got him. Take the disengage. That was a very good combo by Diablo and Tassadar.
If I might quickly chime in, I think a reason why I stopped the channel on that bottom one was to try to get the 6 shot, which Jack was mentioning. He said he was about to cap top.
Yeah, just in that case, just take it. Like it's a good idea. But no, this isn't solo Q Golem. This is a team. Um, we just take it and run because they were attacking this. We would rather cap it, move to mid, and destroy Lucio. And so that one extra point doesn't matter. But killing Lucio, I mean, it can matter, but it wasn't enough value there. But good news is we've still got them chasing us around the map. We're 20s. I don't think you want this camp yet because we don't know exactly where they are. Yeah, they're 5 and they see us and we see them. We don't want this camp anymore. It's not worth it. Oh, Jack made it back in. So Uther's dead. It's not 20, so he can't revive. But we get cooked by Tass, who we've been making a fool of all night. Oh, Lionheart just about saved your life there. Jack's dead. Alright, so we're going to lose this objective. My guess is they're not going to take enough forts back for it to be terribly punishing.
Yeah, I felt like once we hit around 20, and especially post 20, like after that fight, all those clutch points where we're in those tight areas were just a terrible place for us to be fighting. Because of their Taz and Hanzo.
Yeah. Well,
because Hanzo went with the 20 alt upgrade.
And imagine right now if we had killed that Lucio on that third altar. The third one being here in the center. So if you had just capped and raced up here and we killed Lucio, they wouldn't have been 5 for that fight. And so they wouldn't have taken the fight. And so Heroes is often a game of seconds, meaning that even though, oh, he's probably dead here. Big healing. Whew. Meaning that even if it's only 5 seconds that Lucio wouldn't be there for that fight, they likely don't take the fight. We don't love this anymore. Drop the mech. Get out of dodge. You're on the wrong side of the mech. Okay. Uther's swirling, which means he's coming back. So boom, he's back. We split. Not bad, nobody's dying. Tassadar enters the death zone because Protoss are dumb. Yeah, we've got time here to finish capping this and then to take this fight. And this is a fight we want because it's 20s, it's 5v4. I don't like going through the channel there, but they did a good job. We can see how they protected this front so we couldn't get through. At this point, we just want to kill people. That's our whole goal right now. Kill Uther if he's the closest, I don't care. He's not gonna res this time. Drop the mech, okay. Taunt Lucio if we can, perfect. Lucio. Okay, Uther's down. At this point, we don't need to chase for kills anymore. We've staggered. Nope, the boss is the wrong call. If you go to the boss, you just lost this game. You just lost the game. There's plenty of little things that you could have done. This is the wrong thing, 100%, and this is what I'm going to be most critical of this entire game. You had a 3v5 for 10 seconds, a 4v5 for 50 seconds. We don't take the boss during that time. We try to 6-cap. We try to send camps at them. We make it so that we can do the boss later without them having the ability to react. And so we fight into a choke area, which is a strength for them. And even though they're down numbers, they just killed 2 for 1. The boss call, and again, this is where I'm going to be most critical, that boss call lost the game. Everything else was recoverable. We could have capped bottom, Sure, the boss becomes a win condition. It didn't win us the game. It got us from 12 to 16, and we just got murdered across the map for it. That boss call threw the game. I will argue that one till I'm blue in the face. If we had taken 2 forts during that time, which that's about as much travel time and damage to kill the forts as it would have been to take that boss. If we had done that, we now have 5 of the forts. There's only 6 of them. That means this shot does 2 damage when they cap it. And now it's going to do 5, and they're going to get the other one, and that's game. Yep. So we had a lot of little moments that could have gotten us more of a macro lead than we had, or put us in a better position. But that boss call right there threw the game. And it's because, generally speaking, bosses are finishing move. Right, if they have 4 or less core health, great, but they had 16. Instead, we take altars. If we can 6 cap them, or we can get them racing around the map, because a double healer comp by nature is missing macro. They don't have a double soaker like we have Diva, and their TAS wave clear certainly doesn't beat Jaina wave clear. Their Hanzo wave clear might beat Raynor, but not by enough. And so if we had capped 2 forts, now they're in a panic mode, saying we can't let them cap the 6th one. Or they start following us around and they cap the bottom while we cap the top, and then they go to mid and we cap bottom, and then they go to top and we cap mid. And so they're constantly chasing us around the map. They don't get to team fight, and when the altars come up, we just wait for a double altar phase. We get 5 or 6 points, they get 2 or 3. And we'll win the game off of that, because they're going to move into a desperation play and screw up. Their Diablo died 8 times. Their Uther died 7 times. Their TAS died 9 times. We had a massive chance for a lead, and I would say their Hanzo clutched it out, and their Lucio was super aggressive, and that made things difficult for us. They had a lot of great things going. We had macro advantages that we could have pushed, where we got kills and we could have ripped down a cannon tower. We could have reduced the core health. Taking mid fort versus defending bot was a small issue, and the boss call was unfortunately just blowing it for us, because we had the opportunity to do more things on the map. I don't really want you to focus on the boss until there's 4 shots left for one of the 2 teams. Because yes, if you can remove a win condition for them, that's a good thing. If you can seal your victory for you, that's a good thing. But if we take it in that 12-16 and there's more things we could have done on the map, the other things on the map are more valuable. If we had those 2 forts down, they would have been chasing us around and wouldn't have been able to take team fights and wouldn't have been able to stagger us. If they had those 2 forts down, we would have been in control of when the shrines popped, and we could have potentially 6 capped with our higher macro. And so we had the ability to win right there, even though it looked a little shaky from a couple team fights, and we threw in the boss pit. Happens on a lot of maps, happens to teams all over the place, but the boss was costly. I am going to go ahead and wrap this up, but not before I talk about Riff's question. When we do retreat, is Dauntress retreating late? I get that the tank is last to retreat, so is the team retreating late? I don't feel like in this game we were necessarily retreating late. I think it was that we just have some positioning ideas to fix, because the reasons the team fights went poorly for us is because of clump, more so than when we retreated. If we had positioned and held those chokes and leveraged our advantages, I think we would have done very well in that scenario. But we executed the combo. Yeah, there's some talent choices that I would say to change. Again, I know you don't love this Dantris, and I held on to it for a long time too, but I would say to change your level 1 to overpower, change your level 7 to victory rush. In this particular game, I would have been fine with Warbringer into Juggernaut against the Diablo, or Shield Wall into Shattering Throw, because you have tasks that, okay, he didn't actually take any of his shield talents. But then you have Lucio, who absolutely took Sound Barrier, which Shattering Throw can remove from the target you're blowing up. Dalaran Banner I love. I would pair it with the Glory to the Alliance, which increases allied healing as well and gives you nearly permanent uptime on Banner, so long as it's not killed, which I think could have done great. Yes, Vigilance having the auto attack reduction from Lucio and Tassadar sounds great. I think the additional healing and the additional spell power to a Jaina and to a Diva mech and to a Lucio lurking arm probably would have given you more value. Vigilance is a very strong talent, but it's more narrow in its scope than Glory to the Alliance. And again, the extra spell power and the extra healing just cannot be talked up enough. They're so good. Let's see. I would say that while Reactive Ballista Spheres is almost an ultimate level talent, Low Blow in this kill comp would be fantastic. I'm actually surprised that we did the nuclear option, but that's fine. It can give you a lot of bonus mech regen, which is great. Um, Let me find the name of the one that I'm thinking of here. All right, Diva level 4s. So the one that I'm thinking of is just Rush Down, meaning that in a team fight, you can steal some health from Diablo and Uther pretty easily. Micro missiles is fine, good to go. I understand why you take it in this scenario to try to get away from the Diablo and the Uther. The emergency shielding and the ablative armor I like. Again, this is a Valk thing. I don't love growing infestation. I think that you get more value out of your others from Stukov at level 7, and I don't like the cap. It doesn't mean that it isn't powerful, but for me, having, for example, the CDR you can get from targeted incision, or even the long pitch, being able to give you that just super range of poking. We've talked about no overpower at 1 already. Alpha Rack is in the Twitch chat now. For Raynor, I think this is a very safe build. Again, for my part, I would have taken Exterminator here and probably Execute here, but I think that they're fine. The trait talent here is very good, though I like Feel the Rush and I like the Give Me More. But the trait talent, which name is Unstable Compound, I believe. Yeah, Unstable Compound is very good for not only because you took Ace in the Hole here, but for the cooldown reductions that you get, and the mana that you get back is nice. But Feel the Rush, I use it all the time too. So I understand why we did Fingers of Frost. Looking at the build, this is a very meta build. I would have gone Root, especially against these 3 in my face, but the armor reduction's not bad. My personal Jaina build is Lingering Chill, Arcane Intellect, Ice Fury Wand, Elemental. I'm not very good with Icy Veins, so I skip it and I run Big Blizzards, and then I do Root and I do Water Mute. Yeah, the macro advantage, especially at the level that we're playing at of Exterminator, is huge. Yes, 10% is important. I'm not trying to discount that, and we had slows all over. But if we just ripped camps faster and sent stuff their way, I think that that would have made sense. It doesn't work on buildings, it doesn't work on walls, but it would allow us to just destroy those camps, and Raynor could go take the camp solo and then come back to the team while Jaina's clearing a wave. And the 10% helped. We probably got it somewhere out here, but if 10% is so important to us, then I recommend low blow, because it's more than 10% and it's redonkulous at the moment, to use a cool kid's word. Not that I'm that cool, but so this one was winnable. I I didn't like that we gave up bottom fort, and as you already heard me say, I hated the boss call. It was too early, and we paid way too much for that boss call. But I am going to go ahead and end this one. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I'll get it uploaded to YouTube as well. But thanks for being here.